Boro here with Kunamadata. What's up, man? Oh my goodness. And we have here top 32 consistent. Please introduce yourself to the world, man.
Hi, my name is Nathaniel Christmas. You can call me Nathan. I did top 32, and I did it with one of my favorite decks of all time. I'll just let the field center talk. Heroes.
Heroes.
And I was blessed enough to have them ask me for a deck profile, so here we go. I'm gonna just get right back into it.
Okay, well, before we start, any shout outs?
I would like to shout out my family, especially my little sister Jasmine. I actually had a lot of self-doubt about coming to this event, but she told me, she was like, you've been thinking about it and you have a lot of fun, so you should just go. And I literally booked the flight 2 days before the event, and here we are. Yeah, and then also my friend Travell, he pushes me to play this deck and to do my best, and he's always there in my corner. And then also Team Leon, you may have seen them at YCS Vegas. Those are the guys I usually play with. And then my family and my girlfriend for always believing in me.
Nice. Well, without further ado, please show us the hero goo.
All right, so here we go. So this is pretty standard. We got the triple Stratos.
Oh my goodness.
And then we also have the liquid. And this is a little controversial, but we got the Shadow Mist. I only play one because it is me kind of respecting Cash, because you don't want to open it against Cash. And also, I wasn't going to turn 3 as much, and when I didn't really miss the Shadow Mist search, because I usually have a crackback with Denier, Cross Crusader, and also something else in my extra deck I'm gonna show. So I was just like, you know what, let's just do one, because I want to play more utility cards. And I also play 45 cards. And you'll see why. Like, I play a lot more utility cards than normal, but the 45 gives me that space. So there's the Shadow Mist. 2's not bad though. And then we also got the Neos. You gotta play the Neos. Alright, so this is usually played in Neos only decks, but I play the Crosskeeper. If you open this with Stratos, which you see I play 3 of, and then of course the Hero Lives and Rhoda and E-Call, it's usually full combo plus drawing 2 extra cards. So you're usually drawing 4 because you go this and liquid. So I'm seeing my utility cards more. I'm going off. And then not only that, if they stop you, you have a rank 4, level 4 on field, and you can commit to your normal summon. And I'll show you why that's important, like 2 level 4s in my deck. It's a way for me to respect Joel and Shifter. And then we got the Vision package. I don't think I need to say much about this. However, so 3 Ferris, 3 Vion. I'm not trying to start any wars. I play 2 Increase. I feel like at a really big event, we gotta lower our chances of just not being able to combo. When I combo, I want to combo. I got tired of drawing the 1. I would go to regionals and I used to play 1 for the longest and just draw the 1 and just not be able to combo. And I'm like, you know what? Nah, let's try to. And especially since I play 45, so I was like, yeah, let's try to combo as much as I can. And ironically, I never drew both, and I was always able to resolve Ferris unless they had a hand trap or something. So it worked out, I think. We got the Destiny line, Double Mally, Dark Angel Plasma, and then also Denier. And that wraps that up for monsters. And now for spells, triple Fusion Destiny. Now I know a lot of people are like cutting this card. However, like I said, I try to want to be as consistent as possible. This is a 1-card starter. 1-card starters in this game are broken. And a lot of people, they're so good, people build decks around it. So I'm like, I would love to have a 1-card starter that equals DP Plasma. Sign me up. So I'm playing 3, and it can clunk with the whole new combo line of Favorite Contact. However, just do it after. That's my whole mindset when it comes to that. And then if they stop that line, then you have Fusion Destiny follow up. So I think this card's really strong, and I like it at 3. I play the Foolish. I don't like playing it against Cash, and that usually gets sided out. However, I thought it was worth it because 1, I wanted to keep my starter count a certain number, and this is a pseudo starter. And 2, me playing this with Rhoda means I'm playing 3 Crosskeeper without having to commit to 3. So because, like I said, I don't want to play multiple cards. I can only do once per turn. So there's that. The E-Call. Just 1. I wanted 17 starters in the deck. This was the 17th starter. So I would play more, but I felt like I didn't need it. I like 17. Miracle Fusion Poly. Pretty standard. I don't think I have to explain that. And then my favorite card of the deck, a Hero Lives. And I hope I was able to live on stream for y'all. So there we go. In the main deck, I only play 2. I wanted to look, like I said, I don't like seeing 2 of these going first or going second. So I was like, you know what, taking from the GOAT format, if you don't want to see a card too much, but you want to see it enough, 2 is the number. This card is insane. I'm only playing 1. But with Bishops in the format, like, and then hand traps, I'm like, this card is too good. I'm literally only playing 1 because I never want to see 2. So I'm just like, well, the best way to do that is to play 1. But this card is insane. And then not only that, I feel like heroes have enough gas where even if I don't see it, cool, I can go off. If I do, I'm going off. So I like 1, especially since heroes already struggle with like consistency sometimes. And this card, insane. 3 Book of Moon. Not only are you dodging imperms, are you dodging Veilers, it's great going first, and it's pretty good going second too. It's like, you gotta respect a Rise Heart, you gotta respect negates. This always will bait out a negate. Like, the only matchup I don't really like it in is Despia, but other than that, this card is amazing. I'm really glad I ran 3. I ran this in the main even with cash, because I felt like if you weren't cash, you're losing to this card. This card is just so strong, and you guys saw me resolve it in my feature match. I don't think there's much explaining I need to do with that. And then following on the board breaker vibe, we got the Dark Ruler No More. I felt like me running 45 and 4 major high impact board breakers was pretty good. So I was like, you know what? And then I got this ratio from someone named Blake in the hero group. So I was like, you know what? Even though I want to be able to kill, sometimes you can't. Sometimes you just need to break a board, go to the favorite contact line, and set up. So that's what I would do. Favorite contact. I don't think I need to explain it. The new line's crazy. It's a revolt. It's pretty good. Alright, so I main these in the main deck because I actually play Eldic sometimes. Like, I do play stun deck sometimes. I mainly play hero, but what I learned from playing my time playing Eldic, there are certain floodgates in the game you can go second with, because that's how Lab breaks boards sometimes too. They just open multiple floodgates, or they open a way to negate and floodgate. So I main 2 Rivalry and 2 Gozen. This is good against Vanquish Cash. This is good against Despia and Sprite, and both these are actually good against Sprite. But my mindset behind these, if they droll me, if they shifter me, they're ending my turn. So why not end their turn? You get, like, if they're gonna end your turn, you end their turn, and that's what I feel like heroes need to do. So I main these, and like I said, since I'm playing stuff like Droplet Book, you can play these going second and bait out a negate, and then flip this, and you're breaking a board because they're locked into 1. So I think these cards are insane, and I'm glad I got to play it.
What's the main deck count?
The main deck count is actually 45. So heroes have a problem because their engine's so big of fitting utility cards, and then also drawing bricks when they shouldn't. So I felt like a good way to fix that problem is 45, because not only do I get more space, I don't see it as much. Now I know technically I do see Hero Lives and Fusion Destiny less, but I feel like with this deck it's so fluid to where you just got to make those trades sometimes. But don't get me wrong, I was playing 40 for a while, and I like that too because you do see the power cards more. But for this big event, I felt like I wanted to try 45, and I think it did pretty decent. So, all right, and then still in the main deck, we got the Shining Neos Wingman. Pretty self-explanatory. That's your revolt target. You know, pop cards on the field, and then it's time to wake up, be a hero. This card's insane. Combo piece and OTK machine. Sunrise, very crucial part of your combo as well. We got the Inferno Rage Flame Wingman. He's part of the combo line. Searches the contact, gets you through the miracle. He's insane. And as you guys saw in the feature match, Mr. Absolute Zero, he's not going anywhere. This card's insane. So that's it for as far as like Miracle Fusion targets and stuff go. And then we have the Mass line. We have the 1 Mass Hero Blast. This card is really good against back row decks, and not only that, a lot of people do like to Imperm Strato, so let's make it an egg, and you still get to go off. So Blast is good. And then we have the double Dark Law. I did want to play 1, but I feel like there's too many scenarios to where they try to book or Imperm your Dark Law or get rid of it somehow, and just setting it up to where you can chain a mass change is game. So I was like, okay, let's play double. And then I only play 1 Fusion Destiny target, and you'll see why, because I play 2 other cards most people tend not to play. but I play DPE. If I did have the space, I would probably play Dangerous or Dystopia. They're really good. But the one DPE was clutch. Yeah, it would suck if it would get ripped out, but if cash is ripping you, you're probably already behind, so at that point you need to already just rely on your deck to come through, which is where my utility cards come through. So DPE at 1. But like I said, I would like to run maybe Double or Dystopia or Dangerous. Then Infernal Divisor. Yeah, unfortunately, I didn't want to play him because this would have been a Destiny, but you need him. Searching That Neos is too good. It's basically like a Fusion Link climb kind of thing. And then we got the 2 Cross Crusader. This card, not only is it a starter, or extender, it's literally also a crackback play, because one of my favorite things to do is save Denier instead of doing it turn 1. And literally having the second one to either bring back DPE or to go into this, which is my crackback, Double Wonder Driver. Like, I'll use one turn 1, and then turn 3, I'll reset a Miracle and then Ab-Zero people. Like, this card's insane, and I'm shocked I'm not seeing it at 2 more, but I get why, because the extra deck's so tight. But I felt like we burned through Miracle Fusion so much, we need to see it again on our turn 3. So that's what I'm playing. And then last but not least, like I said, if they're gonna end our turn, guys, we gotta end their turn. So I'm playing Baguska. So not only is Crosskeeper get you your level 4s, you also have Hero Lives. And I know a lot of people are doing the Blazeman line, but I asked myself, I was like, do I want to sit on a favorite contact, or do I want to sit on a Baguska? And this actually came up so many times during the tournament to where they would Joel or Shifter me, and I'd be like, okay, Baguska, go. And they couldn't kill me. Detach Shadow Mist, now I'm going off. And they wasted a card, they're not ending my turn anymore. So this was definitely really good. And onto the side deck. I am playing 3 evenly matched. I was kind of iffy on this card, but at the end of the day, I'm glad I played it. Because you do got to respect back row decks still, even though I have a lot of things to dodge, like Book or Droplets or Mass Change. And then not only that, it's really good against most of the boards nowadays, like Vanquish Soul. It's good against Cash. Like, so I was like, you know what? I'm really glad I decided to play this card. I was iffy on it. I do, in the side, play the extra Gozen and Rivalry. These cards are just really strong, and Hero can play both. A lot of people argue, well, hey, this interferes with the line or your Stratos plays, and you can get stuck there. However, it's like, in my opinion, it's like Vanity's Emptiness, how that card used to be played. You want to hurt them more than it's hurting you, and usually it hurts them more. So that's why I decided to play it. And then I do play the 3rd Mass Change. This card's insane going first. So yeah, I want to see it going first, but going second is questionable, so it's in the side deck. I do play the 3rd Droplets. Like I said, if you're not Cash, that's usually going in, because all Hero needs are high impact cards going second. And hand traps are good too. I do play hand traps, just not in the main. The called by in the side. So I do respect Joel and Shifter, but because I did main the Baguska, I felt like I didn't need to play this in the main. And I felt like this card is kind of mid right now, going second. So I really wanted to maximize playing cards that are good going second and first, even though a lot of people think Floodgates aren't good going second. Sometimes they really are, especially against Sprite boards if you can bait the negate. So I was like, okay, let's put it in the side, and it worked out. Hitting Joels and Shifters are always good. Now, I did want to play more of this card, because this card's insane in Heroes going second, but the whole brick philosophy, I don't see 2 in my hand if I don't play 2. So I'm only playing 1, but this card is insane. I don't blame people if they play 2 or 3, but me, I was just like, you know what? Because I did play this card at 2 or 3 before, and I just kept drawing multiples, so I was over it. So I was like, we're going to play it at 1. This was a last minute add-in, because I was trying to stay away from hand traps so I can high impact, but I had to tell myself, you know what? This card is high impact. It's a hand trap, but it's high impact, and you guys saw in the feature, it's just so good against certain decks. Especially like Cash, the Runic for higher, Dragon Link, which I was scared of. Thankfully I didn't play any though, so that's kind of cool. I did play like Despia though and Vanadium, which ran Bistles, but no Dragon Link, so I think I dodged a bullet there. And then last but not least, I played the Spooky Dogwood. Now, I didn't think this card was good. I actually thought it was dog water. But somebody at my locals, I was complaining about how sometimes my combo takes too long. And I was just like, bro, like, and sometimes I mess it up, so it takes even longer because the deck's just hard to combo with. It's a hard deck. So he's like, why don't you play Spooky Dogwood? And I was like, that card sucks. It doesn't get you any real advantage. But he talked me into it because he told me, he was like, hey, wait a second. One, if you draw it, you're not dying that turn. And remember, I was scared of Dragon Link, and I was like, Dragon Link hates this card. So I was like, okay. And then two, it gives myself a time to win, a chance to win in time if it does get to that situation. Ironically, I didn't go to time to where this card came through, but there were situations where the clock was thinning down, and I was like, I'm glad I'm playing this card. And not only that, another application I actually used during the National is, remember how I said earlier, like, you just want to survive against the shifters and Joels? There was a time against Cash where I actually did this, and I was able to basically survive off the life point game and then crack his board. So this card really makes it to where you can survive that turn and crack. The only downside is if you don't have a strong crackback, it's not that good, and it could have been another card. But most of the other times, this card says you can't die, and I like it. And also, it's an absolute zero target. So that actually came up to where I would miracle for it and make the zero.
Hey, well, thank you for the beautiful explanation, man. Congrats on your top 32 and,
Thank you.
And this nice prize card. Yeah, until next time, everyone.